What is going up, everybody? I hope everybody's having an awesome day today. We're going to be talking about how to enter and exit a stock with momentum that hits the momentum scanner. So, as you guys can see on this left side here, I have the trade ideas, high of day scanner, and the Momo stock scanner. So pretty much what they do is they filter out all the best stocks, and they pretty much just find stocks with high volume, stocks that are moving up, stocks that have a lower float, stocks that have a higher relative volume, and I'll get alerted by it. So as you guys can see, we had a lot of stocks that hit this scanner. So this right here was all pre-market highs, as you guys can see by the description here. So as you guys, we can pull it up here. It's right here actually. So it's ticker symbol SOLO, or SOLO. So as you guys can see, we got alerted in this range pre-market, and ever since then it just kind of fell off. Other than that, it really did not hit the scanner, maybe a couple times on this surge up. But so this stock, so on this surge up right here, yeah, all the way up through here, we got alerted by this. But this stock was not a stock that I was looking to. I didn't like this right here, guys. I didn't like the trend line that it was making pre-market. Just looking at it, it looked like this. So the best possible long spot would have been the break of this trend line here. But I didn't make a trade on it. I just felt I didn't get margin in my account, so really it didn't work out too good for me on this one. But let's pull up GSUM here. Let's leave PTX because we'll talk about that one here in a minute. But all right. So it's what is it? GSUM. Man, I don't know which one this is. Hold on. I've been trying to make the quiet. My alerts. Properties. Nope, not that one. But it's not a big deal. I can't figure it out. Oh, I can just mute it like that. All right, perfect. So let's look at it. So pretty much this stock opened up and just squeezed all the way up, guys. So we got alerted. I believe so we got alerted at $3.36. So we got alerted right here, right in this range. And if you look at the time frame, look how fast this stock was moving up. So by the time I looked at it and pulled it up, guys, the stock was already halted. And so what I normally do for halts is if it's if it's super far away from the moving average lines, I'm not gonna buy into it because it tends to open up and fall down. So that's what I did, because look how far this was away from it. So and compared to PTX, when it got halted, it was still within some distance here. But all right, so let's talk about this one here. So this one I would not have make a trade on. I just felt like the risk outweighed the reward. So then looking up at this stock, looking up on the scanner here, ACET hit the scanner, and if it hits the scanner multiple times, then I will pull it up. But if it just hits it once, then I know it most likely some sort of false breakout. So this one was a little cheaper and pretty much just had a lighter volume. I didn't like that. Also, as you guys can see, it was at 135, so it was in this range. It still was above the 200 moving average, or still below the 200 moving average. And I just felt like, it didn't have any room to go. I mean, it did go up 10 cents, 10%, but it just didn't, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So, continued to wait during the day. ALRN hit the scanner here. ALRN This was the one that looked interesting here, but I just couldn't figure out, what was going on with it here. I know it topped off the 200 and kind of rallied up, and pretty much from that, it went from 255, and had a low of like $2. So it did go up, 30% here, but it was just kind of like a sluggish. It was just sluggish, guys. It didn't really have a whole lot of volume, as you guys can see. So, I decided, okay, let's just keep looking. Let's just keep looking and keep waiting. Solo hit it again. We already talked about that one. All right, then PTX hit the scanner. Now, PTX hit the scanner, and it was very, very similar to GSUM here. So it hit the scanner, boom, 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 and you can see just looking at these prices, it is flying up, guys. It just continued to go up, and now this is in this range right here. It's right in here. So what I did is I waited for, I always wait for a pullback. So it got halted here. Okay, so now we had this kind of push up. Now, if I would have jumped in here, I pretty much would have been chasing. I would never buy at peak value, if that makes sense. I still could have made money in the long run, but if I'm looking at it for short term, I know that, okay, this 9 moving average line is pretty much using this stock as support. The stock's using that as support. So what I did is I just waited for a pullback. So here we had this 1 minute pullback. Now I went long right in here. Very, very easy trade. I went long at 44, I believe. So I still bought it almost at the peak top of this candle. And what I did is I just set my stop right below it, at like 135. Now, what that does is that pretty much the risk is that 6 cents, and that reward is a push back up to the highs of 62. So you're risking 6 cents to make 20 cents. Now, this stock, what I did is I just wanted to wait for a pullback. So as it continued to push up and just rally up here, I believe it got halted here again. Got halted right in here. Now that is when I kind of got worried, because it already got halted once, and now since it's halted again, it has that possibility of opening up lower. So I knew on that next candle I'm most likely gonna hop out. So what I did is I hopped out at 172 and took a nice little profit on this trade. And one thing that sucked is I could not trade it in my small account with SureTrader, and the reason for that is because I could not buy 1,000 shares of the stock. And the reason for that is because it had margin holdings, so you only could use not even like 15% of the margin that you're allowed. Since it's 6-to-1, you get 15% of that, or 16, and I couldn't even buy 1,000 shares. So it was just kind of a bad experience for that, but I still got to make a trade on it with my larger account, and I took a 2,000 share position, so made like $400 on it. But so that is pretty much just the best way to trade these momentum stocks, is to just wait for a pullback, because it has the volume and it has all the criteria you need. It has a lower float at 11 million shares. It has a higher relative volume, and it's just like, look down here. We were looking at the stock, and it had 200,000 shares traded, as compared to Solo had 2 million. But let's pull it up so you guys can see it. So Now this stock had more shares traded, but it also, first of all, had a lower float, which you might think, well, Carter, wouldn't a lower float and higher volume push the stock up more? Well, yes, but also you're gonna have people wanting the stock to shoot down, because since it gapped up so high and it did not break through pre-market highs, then it's kind of in the, I would consider that in the in the bulls territory. So that's what I did, and it did pretty well. So the best thing to do, make sure the stock has volume. It has it just has buying pressure, because that's what you want. It has volume, because as traders, we're volume hunters. We like to find stocks with volume. We don't like them overcrowded like Solo, as it starts getting into like 2 million. That is starting to get overcrowded, so you're gonna have difficulty getting in and out of trades, and it's not, you can still do it, but it's just not as clean. So that's why I like to find stocks in this range right here, anywhere from 200,000 to 500,000 shares traded, because I know that the bulls, pretty much more people are gonna see the stock, and that's what it did. So pretty much, guys, what I'm trying to say is, if you get in before this herd of people, is where you're gonna make most of your money. And I obviously it took some time, but it's a good thing, guys. So that is pretty much the proper way to actually trade momentum stocks. Just wait for a pullback. Hopefully you're on some sort of moving average line like this, and just continue the trend. The trend is your friend. Never buy against the trend. It's just not a good thing, guys. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to properly trade stocks with momentum. And also, if you guys are like, dude, Carter, I don't have any good scanners, well, good thing for you, I run mine every single day live for you guys, so you guys can come in, check them out, and yeah, you guys can just use them for free. It's all live, so it's like a 5-second delay, so it's not bad at all, guys. It's not bad at all compared to a lot of the other the stocks that are, or the stock screeners that are like upwards of 20 minutes. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please sure to like, subscribe, comment if you're new. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day. Take care.